Hello everyone, it's Animation. Welcome back to some more Omnifactory. Last time we left on a cliffhanger. Not really. Made a Heart of Universe. Look at this thing. Gorgeous. Put it on a little pedestal. Aw, so fancy. Let's extract its fluids. I'm guessing this isn't going to work. It's going to need a bigger one. Yes. How big? A 100K. So, a ZPM fluid extractor. Okay. ZPM pump. I don't think I have those autocrafted. I don't. So we actually have to do some crafting now. Or I could just make it as a recipe and throw it in and be like, huh, ZPM pump. This one. And not do the crafting myself. That sounds like the better plan. Aha. Need HSSE rotors, screws, and medium ultimate pipes. Ultimate. Okay. I do have to do some stuff. Good? Good? Good. Cool, cool. Let's extract some fluids. I'm not nervous at all that I'm going to mess this up somehow. This is much effort gone into this one item. Yeah, power stable. Should be good. The last thing I'm going to need is the mold that I saw at the very beginning of the game and was like, what the heck is this? Why is there a creative portable tank mold? So I get to make one of those for a reason this time. Creative portable tank mold. There it is. And there is 145 millibuckets of creative portable tank. We're going to come into the fluid solidifier. We're going to put in our creative portable tank mode. We're going to put in 145 millibuckets. We're going to be left with 1 millibucket, except it's not working. What? Oh, it needs a ZPM fluid solidifier too. Dang it, that's 2 more pumps. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where'd put the thing? That goes there. That goes there. Takes a little bit of time. Oh, it's happening. No, I'm not doing that. Sorry to tamper expectations. There it is. Creative tank. How do I put the creative tank in the creative tank? Now, this is not the end. It is perhaps the end of the beginning. It's a major milestone. The tank is your first proper creative item, which can be used to set to a fluid and then produce an infinite quantity of that fluid. First thing you do with that is multiple portable tank. Yeah, I don't know how to do that specifically. I think if I got 1 millibucket left, if I put this down and do that, there we go. So now we do this and that, and we hook this up to a chest or something, because I don't think they stack. Or probably a barrel or drawer. A big old drawer of creative portable tanks. I still apparently have one left. Oh, I guess it didn't consume it. Nice purple drawer for the creative stuff. Yeah, we just get more of them now. I'm just gonna leave this running because I expect we're gonna use a lot of these. I'm also gonna use a lot of fluid solidifiers in the future now that we have a lot of creative portable tanks. Do we have another quest? No, because we have to do this first. But now we get to go on a spree tearing out stuff that we're not using anymore. Because I mentioned this before, 80% of our world's lag is from Ender Conduit bundles, that big yellow slice of the pie. So we're going to take out stuff that we don't need. Get some of these going. Stainless steel, titanium, aluminum, rubber. Those could be our first 4 things because they're used to make fluid solidifiers. So here's the plan. We take a CEF. We put CEF something like 1, 2, 3, 4. This. And get some end steel cables. Actually, I'm going to put it in the ground. Yeah, that'd be smarter. We're going to be a little smart about this. Use height to our advantage. CEF, right? It's got the power. It will distribute the power to 4 fluid solidifiers. They come over here. Grab from our infinite supply of creative portable tanks. And they're going to go like this. And then it's just going to dump it into this drawer controller, where everything's going to have compacting drawers. So if I decide, hey, this titanium we're going to craft into blocks, just because, why not? Technically, it's less items moving through the system. It would be able to use them as blocks or ingots, or whichever it needs. So that's what we're going to do. I just need a singular titanium to put in as a sample. We do this. I got this. I feel like I should keep this for posterity somewhere. The original creative portable tank dose. I need another tank. We grab this little bit of titanium. We come over here. And we just do that. And set this to output. And boom, infinite titanium. That's really all it takes now. The thing is, this doesn't work for everything, but it works for a lot of stuff that was really hard before. Neutronium, not a problem. Awakened draconium, that's a fluid too. There is a lot of stuff it doesn't work for though. Diamonds, apparently. You cannot solidify diamonds. But crystal matrix ingots, which is the main thing we need diamonds for, those you got. That's easy. So you know, titanium, we're going to do stainless steel. I got to see what it was doing with rubber. We might not have to do rubber. What was the other one? Aluminum. Because I still have been manually making aluminum ingots. And let's do something else that's funner. Might as well. Just to say we have it. So I need little tanks. Where did all those go? Are they still here? No. Where did all my little tanks go? I had a ton of little tiny tanks. They've all vanished. Did I leave them up here? I have no idea where these ended up. Oh well. This one, though. Ah, look at that. Those took forever before. Absolutely forever. That's so great. That's awesome. So these compacting drawers will hold 16 stacks of blocks each. And yeah, it's, I gotta know. The big thing now is to figure out what we still need and what we can throw in one of these. That flashing is kind of annoying, but it's fine. What if I just like neodymium? Neodymium is a fluid that I can do. What else? Annealed copper? Heck yeah. That's pretty much it for these. First little bit of stuff we can tear down. All of this nonsense. Actually, not quite. Because we still need to put the tank somewhere. We don't need this. Don't need that. We could put a tank of rubber up here. Infinite rubber. Another huge one that's been a thorn in my side this entire mod pack that's just now going to become arbitrary. Tungsten. There it is. Nice supply of tanks. All right, I am all set up with 24 more slots of fluid solidification. That's when we have to figure out what the heck we want to solidify. We already have 59,000, just about 60,000 titanium. Freaking 2,800 awakened draconium blocks. It's like, what is anything anymore? Yeah, so I guess we'll go through our systems and figure out like what were we making and what don't we have to make anymore. Something I just actually thought of now, which I have to grab a separate tank for. Actually, I can even break it down further. Ooh, actually, do I even need that at all? So, let me explain. This building is entirely devoted to fluid production. Therefore, it was just deemed, what's the word? Redundant. Yeah. Basically, we don't need anything in this anymore. Because all it does is process fluids. It processes fluids that it gets from this guy over here. This structure doesn't need to exist anymore. Its sole purpose was to extract oil. We no longer need oil. We have an infinite supply of oil if we need it, but we don't need it. Because oil was meant to be broken down into other fluids, so we can just get the other fluids. There are still some things here, however, that are rather important. And that is these tanks up here, which I had just put here because they had nowhere else to go. Argon, helium, sulfuric acid. These make the cells, which are used for different crafting things. We still need the crafting recipe to do this. Just the source of these fluids will be creative instead of, manually processed. So we got to figure out how the heck to, decommission this building. How does one do that? I'm also going to make a backup of the world before I start tearing things down, just for posterity's sake. The power line and all. Quick walkthrough. Yeah, there's nothing here we need anymore. Except, of course, the crafting of these things. Which I will move somewhere else. Yeah, I should move that somewhere else. But for right now, it'll stay there. I'm just going to, turn off the pipes. Disconnect the line. Oh, it does not like that. That's a lot of lag from that. Oh. Well, that's the frickin' double spider spawner from forever ago. Adding to or removing from my big pipe network is usually where the lag comes from. So, woo, disconnected. Disconnected from the grid. Eventually everything should just turn off. But I would like to actually remove some of these cables just to try to reduce the lag a little bit more. If you look at this, eventually it should run out of power, but I don't know where the power is coming from. Don't know why it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. It's run out. No more power. Oh, there's so much unnecessary filters now. I'm feeling really lazy. Can I just like turn it all off? I'm just gonna turn it all off. I think that's probably enough. It'll all settle and should stop doing things. I'm not gonna bother with too much of it. Mostly out of laziness. So what did this produce that we now need to account for? Produced all of these fluids. Helium is one we definitely need. Toluene was used for TNT, which we actually have to see if there's anything that the, I guess for, yeah, you need these. So we do need TNT. So we do need toluene. But I can put the creative tank on where I'm making the TNT instead. I should make like creative tanks for all of these just to have, I guess it's not even going to use, yeah, it doesn't even have access to the fluids anymore. So it's just going to be like not working. That's fine. We'll make creative tanks for what it needs. Next building. This one over here. Another fluid processing plant. Now totally redundant. So can actually, what can I disconnect here? So this produces the noble gases, right? These were the main products, these 6 gases. We used up all of that. So we just need tanks for those connected up to the system. Or just available. We use it for other things. That's pretty much all this first floor was. And I guess epoxy resin, which we'll put that somewhere else. This makes indium. There is a fluid indium. So we don't need this. This makes rocket fuel. We don't need this. We might still need luminescence. Because that is phosphoric acid aluminum energetic blend. Phosphoric acid we can produce. A lot of this was for phosphoric acid. So that we can automate. This makes nitrodiesel, which we don't even need to make anymore. This makes hydrogen. So all we really need is this little tiny setup to make the luminescence, which I might move somewhere else so we could turn this whole building off. Its connection's all the way down here. No more power. All done. All done with you. Over here is actually more than you think. So some of these setups we still need. This makes the circuit boards. We still need the circuit boards. But a lot of what went into it was fluids. So this uses the epoxy resin. So you can just drop an epoxy resin tank here. I think it's also used over here somewhere. Yeah, just epoxy resin there. Sulfuric acid was made here. Don't need that. Up on top, I think it's more sulfuric acid. So this one, for the most part, we still need. This one we can tear out a bunch of. This up here, this blast furnace combo, was used to make gallium arsenide. And honestly, for the most part, we don't use these anymore. This was the CPUs. And even if you look at qubit CPU, we'll need it for Laptron crystals, I guess. So it's worth having. But we can definitely remove some stuff. This structure here, which made the sterilized growth medium, don't need that. Just all infinite of that. And we could probably tear most of this down, like iron, tin, gold, copper, silver, glowstone, redstone, enderpearl, emerald. I don't think sulfur. Yeah, maybe not sulfur. But all that stuff is gone. Coal? Is there a liquid coal? Liquefied coal. Can't do anything with it, so no. And then this was the draconium. Don't need that. And over here, this is vibrant and energetic alloy maker. Don't need that. Over here, this is black steel. Black steel? Don't need that. This is compressed and fused lava crystals. Do need this. These are still used. Here's how we'll do this. For a lot of this stuff, I don't quite know how I want to re-implement it. So we're just going to replace the tank that's there with a creative one for right now. There you go. And I'll just keep this next to it, I guess. Which will allow us to deactivate the rest of this stuff. However, I managed to do that. And when it comes to something like draconium, what I'll do here, I'll come by, we need draconium, we need energetic alloy, vibrant alloy, we need a black steel. So grab one of each of these. We'll go fluidify them up. I think this has to be blast furnace. You can't do it to a regular draconium. That's weird. But you can do it to a plate. You can feel the lag as it tries to recalculate the ME system as I tear out massive chunks of it. Another one. And that's kind of bittersweet tearing out all this stuff. Like, spent a lot of time building it up. But now it's just entirely unnecessary. This thing over here. I had to run an entire underwater cable to it. And now I'm just going to sever that because I don't need it. I don't remember how to get in. Right here. Rocket fuel, always good. Another big set, these empowered blocks. Yeah, molten empowered blocks. I was wrong about one thing. We need to craft one more mote of omnium so we can fluid extract it. The official last one. We also need to make a crystal matrix ingot because I just realized I had to make one in here. So one more of these, and then I have to make them again. You see the little tiny nugget. That's all you need. Oops, not like that. That way. We spent so much time making all these crystal matrix things. It's even more. The frickin' omnium blocks took absolutely forever. Now they don't. Now we have infinite. Next on the list of things that no longer need to worry about, neutronium. Infinite neutronium coming up. There they are. It's so weird. It doesn't feel right. But we're still going to come across things that I can't make, like chaos shards. Still got to do those. Don't want to fight any more dragons. Stuff like that we still need to make. But just seeing all this stuff that took forever, now just, nope. Easy. It's very strange. It's also very colorful. I've been doing stuff. I've been going a little crazy. We have fluid solidifiers. Still have slots for like 10 more. No, 18 more. But big wall of infinite stuff. And it's great. So many things that took forever before are just non-issues now. And now some of them filled up. We're maxed out on Awakened Draconian blocks. 32,000 awakened draconian blocks. That'll last a little bit. So the items I've been picking, basically what I've done is I want to craft a tier 7 microminer. What does it need? And when it says, oh, you don't have this, I added it to here. We got dark solarium, we got electric steel, energetic alloy, pulsating iron, conductive iron, vibrant alloy, dark steel. All this stuff is in it. Even things like tin alloy. I almost forgot the HSSs. That would have been bad. Nether stars are in here. There still are random little other things that we don't have auto-crafted, and I can't find a way to auto-craft. For this particularly, we need some number of chorus flowers. Where is the number? 12 chorus flowers. The only way I can see to get these is phytogenic insulators to replicate them. 50% chance of an additional one. So you gotta make this flux phytogrow, which is rich phytogrow. Don't care about the fluids. You gotta make phytogrow. So charcoal, saltpeter, wood pulp, and apatite. I can't see any way to auto get apatite. So that's where we're stuck on right now. So stuff like that. Another one is lapis. No way to auto get lapis. Well, there is a lapis fluid. Like there's molten lapis, but you can't do anything with it. You can't get back to lapis blocks. Kind of unfortunate. But anyway, tier 7's now available to be auto-crafted. It was before, but it kind of took some amount of preparation just to make sure we had all the stuff. But now, hopefully, it'll go pretty fast because we need a lot of chaos shards. And those come from the layer of the Guardian data, which requires the tier 7, and they have to go into tier 8. So we need a lot of tier 7 and tier 8. Also to help along, I upgraded the compressors to be faster in the wire mills. So the wire mills are done. So we'll see. It should finish relatively quickly. But I'm interested to find out how quickly. Looks like maybe 3 minutes. These keep breaking. I gotta update this so it doesn't like split. What is it trying to make? Let's try an 8. We have all the stuff. That's awesome. What weird things do we need? 6 more chorus flowers. I think that's it. Everything else here I think is doable. But I am going to change this system over here. All I'm going to do is take this interface and put it right there. And then have this pull the key item out and put it in. That way, if the key item gets dumped here, like for the dislocators, it won't dump a crafting item up here. Everything has to go through this. Everything gets filtered out eventually. We also have to figure out how to make dilithium crystals automatically, because that is definitely not being done. Double Chaos Guardian data. They don't even stack. Wow. Whew. They weren't kidding when they said this is not nearly the end. I did some math, right? Math is cool. Math is scary. We have a long way to go. Let's just say that. That's interesting. I've been working on stuff here, working on getting things auto-crafted that we need. Things like silicon rubber foil and all those AOC circuits, the SOC circuits. ASOC and SOC circuits. I got a couple, many thousand of those. Auto-crafting set up for some stuff here. These circuits, all of these now have their own assembly machine, so they're pretty easy to just toss in. There's the SMDs. It's all made possible with the creative tanks, makes it much easier. Things I got to do next is these boards, because we burn through these wetware circuit boards, and we have this one little tiny chemical reactor making them. It makes one every 5 minutes. So yeah, every tier 7 So let's do some math, and we'll see how this all multiplies out if I don't do any upgrades from here. The tier 7 microminer. I'm actually in the process of making one right now, so it's fine. How many of these boards does it require? Because we're not going to have enough. It requires 100. 100 wetware circuit boards. So that's 500 minutes right there of time passed. So that's 8 and something hours. We'll make it easy. We'll call it 8 hours. We'll be generous. Every tier 7 makes a tier 8. Every tier 8 gets you 4 chaos shards. So that's 8 hours for 4 chaos shards. No work needs to be done, but you know, that's what it is. The tier 10 microminer, if I remember correctly, required somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 chaos shards. Because you also have to do the tier 9. And if you look at the tier 9, the only chaos shards it needs are these 4 for the Draconic Reactor Core. So that's 4. And you look at the tier 10, each of these is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then another 4 there, so 9. So 36 for the 2 solar panels. 37, 38, 39, 40, 42, 44 here. So 48 chaos shards for every tier 10 microminer we want to launch. Why would we keep launching tier 10 microminers? Because the heart of the universe is still a thing we need to get. So 48 chaos shards is 12 tier 7, tier 8 microminers. Each of those takes 8 hours. 8, no, what am I going to say? Over 500 minutes, 8 hours. I need to pull up a calculator for this. This math is too hard. So we're going to do an 8 times 12, 96 hours for every heart of the universe, right? How many hearts of the universe do we need? That is the big question. The answer is a lot. These items are going to be the thing we need to automate because we need a bunch of them. Every heart of the universe can make a rainbow generator, which is used in one thing, but you need 8 of them. We'll worry about that later. The big thing it's used for is in the infinity catalyst. The infinity catalyst is used in a lot of things. The big thing it's used for is an infinity ingot. So every infinity ingot requires a heart of universe on top of some more chaos shards. So this is another 4 tier 8 microminers for an infinity catalyst. We're not even going to count that. We're just going to count the hearts of the universe, which is 96 hours each. So the end goal of the entire pack is the creative vending upgrade. This is you've done all the things, you win. The final craft. See a bunch of these infinity ingots here, 28 of them to be exact, just in this recipe. Now you dig in deeper. The creative RF source requires an infinity catalyst. Pretty much everything here requires an infinity catalyst. So that's another one for each of those. The infinity helmet, breastplate, leggings, and boots all require some more infinity ingots to the order of like 20 for the set. So already have 28 here, 29, 30. I can't even count all these. 31. It's well over 100 hearts of universe. At 96 hours each, that puts you at 9,600 hours. Which, if you divide that by 24, that's 400 days of this thing running nonstop. That's an issue. That's a big issue. Just so you can appreciate the math we have going forward. The idea is we're going to have to autocraft a lot of things. A lot of tier 7, a lot of tier 8. So every little step that those require needs to be smooth, flawless, and fast. This thing's next upgrade, by the way. That's something to look forward to. Next episode. Big progress. Everything's changing. It's wild. We're gonna make do with what we have. We're gonna keep chugging along, and we're gonna keep making things. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.